Head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineers, Bob Huggins. Coach, it is great to see you here in Houston. Thanks for taking some time with us.
Pleasure to be here with y'all.
And Jeff Goodman actually asked you to do a hit, and you said yes to it.
Shocking, isn't it?
Listen, I still say maybe my favorite, and this was a story, I'm not going to repeat the story I just talked about, but I will say you, me, Andy Kennedy, Frank Martin, you guys telling stories outside in Augusta, Georgia about 10 years ago. I probably said 10 words the whole time. All I did was listen, and it might have been the greatest, might have been 4 hours of my life.
10 too many, by the way.
Yeah.
10 too many. No, we had fun. I mean, we enjoyed being around each other. We have a lot of fun. I think as soon as Frank and AK retire, we may take a spot here at your table here and be a hell of a lot more entertaining.
I got to see Frank now. You know, he's only about a couple hours from me. So he gets mad. I haven't been up there enough to Amherst, Mass, but all there are like cows out there, Hugs.
I spent 2 hours with Frank this morning.
You did?
Oh,
really?
yeah.
How did that go?
No, it was good. It was great. Spent 2 hours with him. We're talking about our game. We're talking about what needs to change in our game. We're talking about all the things that I think are necessary for make this even greater. And Frank and I were sitting there side by side.
What's the biggest thing that needs to, I mean, everything happened at once. NIL, the portal.
Yeah.
I mean, everything happened at once, I feel like. If you're the president right now, and thank God Mark Emmert is not the president anymore, Charlie Baker will be better. I trust me, he's going to be better. Can't be worse.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. But I mean, we spent really a year or two just kind of floundering around, and I mean that's hard. It's really what I feel really bad for are players that went through that really 2-year period where they had nothing to look forward to. Absolutely nothing to look forward to. And my hope and my prayer is that we make it what at one time it was, where you grew up aspiring to be able to play in the Final Four. You grew up aspiring to be able to make it to a national championship and play for a national championship. And I think that's what our guys today have missed out on. And I've had guys who came from the portal who that's what they wanted, but it was not available to them. And I think that needs to change.
Coach, we got Andy Kennedy coaching in the NIT title game coming up here on, is that Tuesday? Tonight? Is it happening right now?
Yeah.
AK was probably at the blackjack table before the game. Wouldn't surprise you.
I just hope he won.
At blackjack or the game? Both?
Which would he rather win at, the blackjack table or the game? Given the choice.
Oh, absolutely the game.
All right. It's a legitimate question.
Absolutely the game, but the blackjack table when you win is a lot of fun.
I just came from Vegas. I got my ass kicked the last night.
Listen, Charlie Spoonhour was my best friend in the world. And Charlie was the absolute greatest. And then Charlie moved from St. Louis to
bad move.
The gambling capital of the world.
Right.
And we would sit and play blackjack and win, lose, whatever. I had more fun sitting with Charlie Spoonhour than I would of anything else in the world. And I love him to this day. I miss him. God bless you, Charlie. I know you're in heaven and entertaining folks up there.
What were you going to ask?
Well, you answered
Was that your AK question?
No, I was going to ask about the game tonight, and we answered the question. So I'm going to go with this: the Big 12 adding Houston, adding UCF, adding BYU, adding Cincinnati. With these teams in the league, how tough is it going to be, nightly basis, to play all of them?
You want the honest answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Wait.
That's why I asked you.
We don't want
you to be
we don't
honest.
want false.
Hugs, when have you not given an honest answer?
We don't want
I feel sorry for them. They have absolutely no idea what they're getting into. I've been in a lot of leagues. You know that. I've been in a lot of leagues, and I've been in a lot of leagues with the best coaches in America and with the best players in America. And I'm telling you right now, the hardest league that I've ever coached in, ever, and the best fan bases. You go in and they may be 3-17, and they've got 14,000 people sitting in there.
Texas Tech was
I mean, it's unbelievable, the fan support, how good the players are, how good the coaching is. It is such a hard league, and you got to go through it twice. And I'm going to tell you, they're not ready for that.
No.
Not many teams are. Hugs, I got to ask you this one. You can plead the fifth. You cannot answer it.
I've never ran from one.
I know you haven't, but this one's difficult even for me to ask. Obviously, your contract situation, everything that's going there. You're laughing, but honestly, like, how are you handling this right now? Because to me, you're Bob Huggins, you're at West Virginia. You should decide when you're done. You should decide. You should have the right. You're a Hall of Famer. I'm not saying this because you're next to me. I would say this if you're nowhere near me. To me, what's going on there? What is going on?
There isn't anything going on. We changed athletic directors. Our new athletic director is a basketball guy who understands basketball. He understands, he watches, he understands. He's the head of what's going on tonight, hoping Andy Kennedy wins the championship. But I'm happy. I think they're happy. I know the state of West Virginia
Can we give you a
is
few more
content with
years?
what's going on.
You're not ready to call it quits, are you?
I don't want you to give me anything.
No, you earned it, but I'm saying, can we
I'll-
extend 4 more years? How old are you now?
I don't need 4 more years. I need to be able to continue to coach as hard and as well as I can coach. And when I decide that enough's enough, and that's what they're giving me.
They are.
And that's what
Okay, good.
that's what they think I deserve. But more importantly,
You do.
that's what the people of West Virginia deserve. And that's the most important thing to me. The most important thing to me is that we carry on what we've established for this state and the expectations that we have for this state.
You know, today Jim Larinaga's up at the podium, and he says, I know everybody asked me about when I'm going to hang it up, but why the hell would I? He goes, I separate all the stuff that's going on with his NIL, and he was in the headlines all throughout last summer. He goes, I separate all that. He goes, I tell my players, I'll see you at 3 o'clock. I came here to coach basketball. And he goes, I still love doing that. How would you reflect on that mindset and how much that's the frame of mind for a coach like you in 2023?
Well, here's what y'all don't understand. I was at the University of Akron when Jim was at Bowling Green.
That's crazy.
That's nice.
So,
I forgot that.
so
You've known him
What was
forever.
your record
played.
against him?
We played, and we have known each other forever and ever and ever. And so you don't got to worry about guys like us. We understand each other. We communicate with each other, and we're going to continue to deliver for people.
What makes him so good, Larinaga?
He's a heck of a coach. He's a heck of a coach. He's done a great job at bringing in the right people at the right time. And he technically, he does a lot of things right. And I can tell you that from my days at Akron, coaching against Bowling Green, all the way through. We played him when I was at Cincinnati. The guy's a heck of a coach. and he finds ways to get the right people open at the right time.
Last question I got for you, Coach. Field of 68 After Dark. This show started because me, John Fanta, and Deshawn Butler were doing live streams after tournament games. It took off after Deshawn Butler left. Do you think that's a coincidence?
What do you want me to say? Deshawn's the smartest of the three of you?
Well, that's true.
It's true.
By far the most successful. He won a championship in the Garden.
I'm looking around. I mean, Dave might have been the smartest of the rest of you. And,
Coach, you're definitely right.
So,
at least one of us.
That's my guy.
All right.
I look back, I get caught. I'm not kidding you. As a college hoops junkie, I get caught watching him hit the game winner against Georgetown, and Doris Burke is talking to you at center court, and she says to you, what is it about this championship? And you said it's West Virginia University, and it's the Big East, and it's Madison Square Garden on a Saturday night.
No question, but here's what you forgot. Deshawn hit the game winner, I think against it was Cincinnati. Then he hit the game winner against, I don't know, somebody else. And then he hit the game winner against somebody else. And then he hit a game winner to win the championship. He hit 4 game winners. 4. And I don't know that's ever happened again in any league in America. And that guy, you know, you call timeout, they're like, Coach, what are we doing? Give it today.
Right, give it today.
Like, what do you want to run? Give it today. And he made the shots.
Makes you look real smart.
Yeah. Sometimes
Coach.
players make you look smart.
Listen, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I do know who to give the ball to.
You know, Coach, you're never going to – I should say this way. You're not going to go back and watch this clip, so I am going to bring in the expert here. He's our expert. What's this guy –
Look at his face.
You're going to close this out. You're on a serious. What's this guy mean to college basketball?
Everything. Here's the thing with Hugs. I say this to everybody. There's nobody more revered within the coaching profession than this guy. Period. Nobody. Everybody wanted him in the Hall of Fame. Everybody. You don't know how many calls I got. And then I called him. I called him by the Hall of Fame. I said, I want to write a story. I want to write a story about pushing you to... No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want that. Doesn't mean anything to me. It means something to you. It does mean something to you to be in the Hall of Fame, but it means more for everything that you've accomplished for those kids. Like, there's no bullshit. Zero bullshit with this guy. In an era in which so many coaches are full of shit. This guy, Frank Martin, Andy Kennedy, that crew, Brad Underwood, not a lot of bullshit. They're old school, but I think what you've done a good job. Listen, you've gotten a little soft in your old age. you have. You've gotten a little softer.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, I know I have. But you were an MFer back in the day.
Listen, man, I'm going to tell you something. I still have contact with the guys that I coached at Ohio State, the guys that I coached at Walsh College, the guys I coached at the University of Akron, on and on and on. And they continue to call, they continue to write, they continue to, I'll tell you a story. One of my guys, I don't want to ever mention names, but this guy says to me, Coach, can I come and spend time with you? He was my center. I said, absolutely. Came down, he had dinner with me. We went to the game, he came back. I'm like, we got plenty of rooms, man, pick your room. Stayed with me. Woke up the next day, came to practice, went to the game the next day. We had something to eat, comes back to my house, goes back, sleeps in the same bed he slept in the night before. Gets up, he's like, Coach, I got to get back. And I'm like, hey, fine, man, whatever you got to do. They called me about 18 hours later, just passed away. And I'm like, my God, what is it? What happened? And I thank the good Lord every day that I got to spend the time that I got to spend with them. And that's what people don't realize.
That's what you coach for.
Those
right?
are my people.
Yeah, That's what you coach.
Those are the people that I love. Those
Your
are the
loyalty.
people that-
Listen, if there's one word associated with you, it's loyalty. It is. It's loyalty. This dude, I mean, he'll go to bat for you if you're his guy. I mean, he'll fight you. All right, Hugs, go get a drink.
Bob, thank you.
Go get a drink. Go get something to eat. How's that?
I'm going to go over there and find my guys. I think I lost
George.
them.
Fine,
Yeah.
George. All right, listen.
Coach
As
Bob
always,
Huggins, the
great
Hall of
seeing you.
Famer.
Today's episode of the Field of 68 After Dark is presented by our partners over at Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play college basketball pick'em, where you can win real cash prizes simply by picking player stats in this weekend's Final Four games. In pick'em, all you do is pick whether a player will go higher or lower on Underdog's projected totals, whether it's points or rebounds or assists or all of them combined. If you're like me and you think Adama Sanogo is going to go nuts this weekend, pick higher on his points projection, pick higher on his rebounds projection, maybe throw in a lower on Matt Bradley's scoring totals, a higher on Isaiah Wong, whatever it is that you like. Put them all together, and if you hit them all, then you can win as much as 20 times your money on a single game. Underdog's slick mobile app is easy enough that dummies like Jeff Goodman have even figured out how to use it. So go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app and use the code FIELD, that's FIELD, to get a 100% deposit match up to $100.